sorry if at any time I pause the video. Sometimes I just need a moment to think. Sometimes my brain kind of freezes and I just need a moment to think, and so I pause and restart. So some of the things, we tried rewards, we tried reminders, all the advice, but he's just not there yet. Hi everyone, whether you're here for the cozy diaper videos or to follow my journey as a mom, today's video is going to be a mix of both. I'm opening up about my son's potty training journey, about how that's affected our day-to-day life and what it's really like to still be dealing with diapers at age 6. I wrote a little something about this. March 21st, 2021, 3 months before he turned 2, we bought a little potty then, believing that this was something new. A milestone just around the bend. While pull-ups soon to disappear, we set out, we made it fun. We thought he'll get it within a year. But weeks slipped by, then months, then more, and here we are, now he is 6. 4 long years of starts and stops, of charts and tears and sticker tricks. We've laughed and cheered and tried rewards. We stayed so calm through every mess. We cleaned the rugs, the floors, the clothes, and learned that love is patient stress. And still wonder, deep and wide, is there a delay he has inside? Does his brain just need more time to grow? Or does he even truly know what it feels like when it's time to go? I question, is he learning? Is it his body awareness? Does he feel like he should? Or is it that he's simply on his own rhythm that I just haven't understood? And then came the news that we feared to hear. First grade won't take a child in pull-ups too. So now he stays behind. In kindergarten, a second spin. And oh, the heartbreak that rolls in waves as his classmates smile and walk away. Sorry, I really feel emotion in these. Their names are called, they find their line, while mine stays behind, still learning time. His best friends will move on to something new. They'll make new friends, forget a few. And I see in his quiet eyes that something hurt, he just can't cry. That something hurts, he just can't cry. Some whisper, is she holding him back? They think it's part of this channel. Some kind of act. No. I'm not holding him back for no diaper channel so that we have something to talk about. No. Still adult diapers to talk about. But let me say this loud and clear. I'm trying, I'm working, I'm doing him proud. This isn't a stunt, I'm planning a show. I want him to grow. I ache for him to go. But what keeps us going through all the ache is knowing he's not alone, and either am I. Other moms are working this road too, fighting the judgment, just trying to get through. Yes, there are looks, there are signs, there's shame from those who don't understand why. But they don't see the love, the fight, the battles we face just getting through the night. He's tall now, bright and full of life, still learning what comes naturally to some. And every time he tries again, we cheer like champions because we've come through the years of waiting, hoping, and trying. Through silent prayers and quiet crying. This journey's not what I planned. It's longer, harder, and unclear. But if he needs more time, that's fine. His pace is his, and mine is near. That's the poem about our journey on this potty training journey that is now 4 years in. Now I'm in a new location. I decided to try a new location. I've seen my Lego earrings. I was going to wear these to my son's Lego birthday party, but I forgot, and I was looking for a scrunchie, and I found them today. But I just wanted to say that I know people have wondered, even quietly judged, if I'm trying hard enough, or even worse, if I'm keeping him in diapers to benefit this channel. I want to be clear, that's not the case. My love for sharing diaper content online has nothing to do with my parenting. I want my son to grow up, to learn, to gain independence, and I'm doing everything I can to help him get there. With that being said, I'm going to talk about some things that we have tried and we failed at, and just everything about potty training. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. Like I said, March 10th, I believe, in 2021, we bought one of those potties. We bought the potty that actually looks like a toilet, and it had where you can flush, and it makes a little flushing sound. His friend, a little friend of his, she was 2, and she had the same potty. She had a different type of potty, and then her parents got her the one that looked like the real potty to see if that would get her to go, since it looked like the real potty. And so I decided to try this with my son. I figured it looked like a real toilet. Maybe he would like having his own miniature one, and he would catch on and he would go. At this point, he was 3 months away from being 2 years old. So what, 21 months? So, that's how old he was. We thought this is the perfect timing. Most parents start around 2 years old. So this is going to be the perfect timing. And we tried, and we had it, I believe, in the living room to start with. And he would sit on it. We got some potty training books, and it had this little, we still have it all, it has this little thing on the back where you can put the books in. Y'all probably seen these toilets at Walmart. It looks like a real toilet, and it even makes a flushing sound. It has a little area where you can put the books in. And we did that, and some potty training books, and put it in there so he could look at. And we had it in the living room for a while, and then we moved it into the bathroom, and he would sit on it. He would pee in it some. When he was about 2.5, somewhere along here, he actually pooped in the toilet. I don't know what happened. I guess maybe regression. I mean, he was doing the steps, he was trying, but he wasn't telling me that he needed to go potty. At the time, he was having a little, well, I don't know if he would exactly call it a speech delay yet. He was only 2 years old. 2 years old, some start speaking in words, but lots of 2-year-olds that I know still talk in the baby talk, like the babbling, like making up their own language type talk. And that's what he was still doing it too. But that's good. That shows that he had language. He wasn't just completely not talking. He was babbling constantly. We didn't get his speech delaying into speech therapy till a year later when he was 3. There was lots of parents talking about speech therapy and everything, but he was only 2 at the time, so like it's normal for him to still be babbling. So we didn't get him into speech therapy until later on. But this makes it hard. Like, he couldn't tell me yet he needed to go potty. Okay. At the time, my husband was working a night shift job. I was a new parent. Felt like I was going through a late postpartum at the time, and I really didn't want to be alone at night, so we would stay over at my parents' or his parents' house. Um, and then we got this home that was over by his parents' home, and so we just walk up there in the evening if we didn't want to be alone, or sometimes we would stay alone. Before that, we were living in an apartment. You weren't really supposed to have anybody stay there, so I couldn't really have anybody spend the night with us. Well, I could, but only for so many nights, and so we would go over to my parents so that we wouldn't be alone at night, because being postpartum and with a toddler, I just sometimes I felt like I could handle it, but some nights I was just like overwhelmed and I felt like I needed help, so we would go stay somewhere else. Well, I think this is where it comes in about the potty training. When we would go stay with one of the sets of his grandparents, they didn't have a potty over at their houses. So when he got back over there, if we had been potty training at home, when we go over there was no potty, so I just put a diaper pull it back on him, and we didn't try. And I guess I should have stayed consistent and set him on the big toilet or brought a potty over to their house. Fast forward to 3. I figured, okay, maybe he was just too young. He was almost 2, not quite 2 when I bought the potty. People say some children need time, that you have to wait on the child's timing. So 2 years old may have been too young. So we back off. He was still going over, staying somewhere at nighttime. There was no potty over there, so we just kind of back off from trying. And he's 3. He started getting into the speech therapy to help him get his words together and form sentences. And that helped him, and he was able to start forming sentences. But for us telling me he needed to go potty, he still wasn't doing that. At 3, still kind of on the, well, he's still young, he'll catch on. They say you have to just back off and give the children some time, and then pick it back up, and they'll catch on. So at this point, we're still like that, like, he'll catch on, we'll just back off, we'll try again. Some of the other parents I know, family or friends, their children were struggling still at 3, so I'm like, okay, it wasn't a big concern yet. Okay. 3, 4, somewhere around there, his other grandparents moved into the neighborhood here, and we would just walk across the yard in the evening if we didn't want to be alone to go stay at one of the grandparents. Well, I got one of those toilet seats that you can put over the big toilet to use when we were over at the grandparents' house. So I set that, and they have 2 bathrooms. I set it in one of the bathrooms and tried to get him to go in there and get on the potty, and then switched to the other bathroom. I think I had it in my mom's private bathroom that's with her bedroom, and then I turned to the one that's just in the hallway, so maybe when he's running down the hallway he'd go in there. But he needed help with getting the toilet seat as one of those that you can attach to the regular toilet. It was a Cocoa Melon seat. The Paw Patrol one, we wanted to get the Paw Patrol one, but it was opened up and they didn't have any more in stock, so we got a Cocoa Melon one. And he was growing out of Cocoa Melon at the time. He didn't really like that we had to get the Cocoa Melon one, but the Paw Patrol one was out of the box and it looked like it was dirty or something. So anyway, that kind of made him not want go, I guess, because it wasn't the one that he wanted. But I'll try to go in there, get this, set it on there, put him on there, get him to go. I tried to set timers on the phone. And this was from like 3 to 4 years old. 4 years old, getting kind of urgent now. Like, well, he's turning 4. One more year he's going to be in school. What are we going to do? So we buckle up. We start trying harder because we kept backing off. We kept hearing from other parents or advice I would read online. Just give the child time. Just back off. Try again. Even at 4 years old, we were given advice. It was just back off. Try again. We were told putting your child or letting them run around for 3 days naked would work. Okay, well, you can never seem to stay at home the whole 3 days. Sometimes when I have anxiety, it helps my anxiety to get away from the house and not sit here all day. Or even if we did stay here, we would end up going over to the grandparents and he needed to put clothes on to run across the yard to go visit them. And again, we just weren't staying consistent with it, I guess. I don't know. It sounds like it's all my fault. But 5 years old came. Still over the summer trying to get him wear big boy underwear or try to running around in nothing but underwear or sometimes nude, no clothes. He doesn't seem to care that he's wet. I brought it up to the doctor. First, the doctor suggested he could be constipated. So we get him on some medicine for constipation. We get an x-ray of his stomach. It shows that he might be a little constipated. So we get some medicine for constipation. Okay, his bowels get regular going. He's still not telling me he needs a potty. He gets registered for school. They have someone there, a paraprofessional, who helps him and some other kids who are still struggling to go to the bathroom consistently. They said that they didn't want to give him much water at school because that would make him pee more, but they would take him to the bathroom regularly, like after lunch and everything, and be consistent. And the doctor said that she could give us a note on being consistent with going to the bathroom after he eats and constantly take him to the bathroom. And there's another child struggling, and so they would take them both, or it's like 3 kids. They would take the paraprofessional, take them to the bathroom. And the school even offered him a quiet toilet because he has a sensory issue with the loud toilet. And at school, he learned to pee standing up because I always had him sitting on the toilet, but he learned that. And he did pretty well, but he still was not completely trained. And so he said that he likes standing up peeing. So I looked into a urinal. They had some like dinosaur dragon designs, but I just found a regular one. And it has the little flushing sound. He actually destroyed the flushing sound on his one that looks like a regular toilet. That's the potty. Somebody broke it off, and I don't even know where the piece is to even try to fix it. But now he has the urinal, and it makes the flushing sound. And he likes the flushing sound of that. Like, he will flush it, it don't bother him. But the toilet, he has a sensory issue with saying it's loud. I gotta find his noise canceling headphones. I've tried to offer him to wear his noise canceling headphones while he uses the toilet. At school, they had him go into a quiet bathroom. And at school, they just try to be consistent. They let him go to the quiet bathroom. Sometimes he would have an accident or had to send pull-ups. And they did allow him to come to school wearing pull-ups. Okay, now we have just hit 6 years old. He is now 6 years old. We are putting him in underwear every day. We're constantly washing underwear. When he goes to his grandparents now, he wears underwear at their house. If he wets it, they have underwear at their house also. To where if he wets it, he can change into another pair of underwear. And we're trying to only use the pull-ups at night, or if we go somewhere we think he's going to have an accident of not going. So we are, I know a lot of you have asked when I shared stuff about potty training, are y'all only using it at nighttime now? And yes, we are trying to back off to only nighttime use. So we have gotten to where he's in big boy underwear all day. He still is not telling me he needs to go. He can tell me he's hungry. We think it could be a body awareness issue, but he tells me he's hungry. He tells me he's thirsty. So we don't know why, if he can tell me he's hungry and he's thirsty, why he can tell me that he needs to go potty. The doctor's thinking maybe sensory issues. He doesn't like the loud sound, as I've mentioned. And at appointment a few months ago, the doctor suggested she didn't know what else to do unless we could get him tested for learning disabilities. She said he makes eye contact. She didn't think he had autism. Well, we went back to the appointment. I mentioned some things he does, like sucking his fingers, chewing on his shirt, and some more like not wanting to let go of mama, some sensory issues that he may have. And so she sent this other doctor in to talk to us, and a nurse, and we talked to 3 different people, and they said that they think he should get on the referral list for autism, which we were already on the list, but it's going to take 18 to 24 months. Now, this is something I want to talk about. How it takes this long for a diagnosis. Okay, we got on the list a few months ago. It said it would take 18 to 24 months. I messaged these people back, and I'm like, I sent them an email, and I'm like, I need help now with potty training. Nearly 2 years is too long to wait. He's going to turn 6, and he's going to turn 7, and he's going to turn 8, and everything we're trying is not working. I need help now. And they said, well, we'll just take him off the list if you think that you can't wait that long. And then I reevaluated my thoughts, and I had him put back on the list. But as last doctor's appointment, she recommended it to another place, which is an hour away. This one was like a 30-35 minute drive. Now she recommended a place that's an hour away, but I told her that we could do that if it gets us in any quicker. So I had to call this number, and the lady called me back yesterday, and she said that the cutoff age is 5. And so because he just turned 6, now we have to get a referral from the doctor, which most places take a referral anyway. But we'll have to make a referral, and I have to call another number, which I have not done yet. And we're trying to get him into occupational therapy. I've called all these places to get help with occupational therapy. We just have this AVA place that opened up in town, and I've emailed them. I haven't heard back. I need to call her. Well, I should be going by there today in person. While I have the chance, when I get off here, I need to go do that. And I need to make some more phone calls. But most of the occupational therapies do not help unless you have a diagnosis of autism. So, whether we think he has it or not, we are on the wait list. I see some stuff he has at his birthday party. There's 3 other kids there. 2 of them will have a diagnosis. One, his mom said he had a diagnosis, but she never formally got him diagnosed. She just thinks he has it. So, 2 out of the 3 kids, or possibly all 3, do have autism, but they're almost 7 years old, and one is almost 8 years old, and their language is more advanced than him. But then there's these 2 kids from his school who have it, and we've done a VBS with them, and he's talking more than them. His expressive language skills seem to be on a higher level than them, who are also 6 years old, but at a less level than the 6 years old who are about to turn 7 years old. So I'm like, he's somewhere in between. I don't know. Does this mean he could be? He couldn't be? I don't know. At this point, we're just trying to get some testing done. I know everybody likes to judge parents if their child don't have a diagnosis, and they're like, you're a lazy parent. You are just a lazy parent. But we think that there could possibly be some delays, and he did have the speech delay. He has the hearing loss in his left ear, and hearing loss can also cause some delays because he has a hard time hearing and understanding, so that can cause some learning delays. And so we're just taking it one day at a time, and we're trying to consistently get him to go potty while also waiting on these testing. But for the question of diapers and pull-ups, and we are still buying the Parents' Choice Paw Patrol pull-ups, but we are trying to only use them at nighttime, or if we need to go somewhere where we think that wearing underwear may be an issue, and he not tell us that he needs to go and he'll be wet, and whereas the pull-up would protect better for that. But we're trying to get past the stage of diapers. We're trying to see if learning delays could be the cause. Could it be autism? Could it be just hearing loss can cause some delays, the speech delay? We don't know. We don't know. Just his doctor wanted to know, does he understand? I don't know if he has a body awareness to understand that he needs to go. He knows that he's hungry. He knows that he's thirsty. But on that level, I don't know. That's what we want to get tested. But it's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous that it would take 18 to 24 months. I mean, and then there's a cutoff age of 5. Like, for occupational therapy, shouldn't there be a dire need for older kids? Because when they're 2, when they're 3, people say just back off, just give them some time, and they'll learn on their own. When they're 4, people are still saying just back off, they'll catch on before school, or when they go to school, they'll catch on. But what if they don't catch on, and then you realize later on that you probably should have already got them tested, but you kept going with the back off, children learn at their own pace, and now here you are. And there's 18 to 24 month wait. I think it's ridiculous because I don't know. Because with the saying back off, wait, I don't know how to explain this. I'm just rambling now.